Next, we are going to have the Director General of Department of Fisheries, Wai Lin Maung of Myanmar, and he will present us on the ODA loans and strategies for sustainable blue economy in Myanmar. Mr. Wai Lin Maung graduated from Defense Service Academy in 1986. He served the Myanmar Army. He assumed many departments with different responsibility. Currently, he is the Director General of Department of Fisheries under the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Forestry. We're going to ask Mr. Wai Lin Maung for the presentation with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am William Maung, Director General of the Department of Fisheries of Myanmar. It is a great honor for me to participate in this 14th World Ocean Forum special session as a speaker. I really appreciate all responsible participants for inviting me to join this forum. Now, I am going to present the ODA loans and strategies for sustainable blue economy in Myanmar. These are outlines of my presentation. Firstly, introduction and sector summary, and then strategies and action plan for sustainable blue economy in Myanmar, international cooperation, and then measures of DOF Myanmar. Then cooperation between Myanmar and Korea, and then challenges and issues. Then conclusion. Let us look at introduction. Firstly, I would like to introduce about my country. Myanmar is a member of ASEAN, located between India and China, 1/3 of total border, about 2,832 kilometers, form an uninterrupted coastline along the Bay of Bengal and Andaman Sea. Land area is 676,577 square kilometers, with 54 million populations. The EEZ is about 486,000 square kilometers, so that marine fish production is one of the important sectors for country economy and also for livelihoods of the coastal populations. Considerable diversity of coastal habitats, including coral reefs, mangroves, sandy beaches, and mudflats, are favorable for diversity of tropical fish species. This is the summary of fisheries sector. In 2020, 0.669 million metric ton, valued $853 million of fish and fish products were exported. Aquaculture, about 1.12 million metric ton, was representing 22% of total production, about 5 million metric ton. Fishery is very important for food security and poverty, alleviations of the people. Moreover, small-scale fisheries and aquaculture are very important for the rural people to fulfill the nutrition, their livelihood, and their income generation. Fisheries and aquaculture are important parts of the primary production and represent the prominent portions of the country's GDP. More than 3 million people are working in fisheries sector as full-time, part-time, and occasional. 70% of the fish harvested is consumed nationally, and that make fish and fish products second to rice in the daily dietary. Department of Fisheries is responsible for sustainable development of fishery sector in Myanmar. Our vision is to achieve the sustainable development of fishery sector for food security, improvement of the socio-economic and rural people, and contribution to the economic development of the nation based on fisheries industry. Nowadays, fishery problem is no longer just a sector problem that interrelated with other sectors, even with vast interconnected global environment issues. The loss of breeding grounds for aquatic organisms through the destructions of coastal wetlands, mangroves, and coral reefs, the damming of rivers, and the creations of dead zones from phytoplankton blooming account for a major decline in the reproductive rates of many species. To strengthen the sustainable blue economy in Myanmar, we are collaborating with development partner countries and INGOs by the technical support of Wildlife Conservation Society, WCS. Department of Fisheries elaborated the Marine Spider Plan and strategic advice and support of creating a sustainable ocean economy for Myanmar. The MSB roadmap set the conditions for developing a new cycle of ecological and economic process party around ocean space management. For fishery management, we are trying to shift the policies of all-conclusive sustainable development approach and implementing the ecosystem approach, fishery management. Protected areas will be central components of biodiversity hotspots. We also elaborated the National Plan of Action for Illegal, Unreported and Unregulated Fishing (NPOA IUU). That is, in line with the IOPA IUU and also implementing the Vessel Monitoring System VMS for offshore fishing vessels to combat the IUU fishing. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to implement the sustainable fishery development in the long run, we need to build up our human resources capacity, knowledge and technology gaps to conserve the fisheries sources in a sustainable manner. Here, I would like to appreciate to Korean government for your assistance, such as technology and infrastructure for fishery sector development in Myanmar. Currently, the Department of Fisheries is implementing 14 projects with the support of development partner countries as shown in the slide and also with INGOs, especially in coastal fisheries management and aquaculture. Regarding the management of marine fisheries, we are implementing some management measures as follows. Every year in June, July, and August are the close seasons for all freshwater and marine areas. Vessel Monitoring System VMS is now operating in coastal area to control the offshore fishing activities and IUU fishing Myanmar side. The Posted Measures Agreement PSMA in November 2010 and now cooperating with other countries for PSMA commitments. Constructions of new fishing vessels are not allowed and stop the foreign fishing rights and joint ventures program since 2014. With the support of EAF Nelson program, we conducted the marine ecosystem surveys in Myanmar waters in 2013, 2015, and 2018 with RV Dr. Fritjof. Implementing the co-management areas along the coastal areas are one of the important activities for management of marine fisheries in Myanmar. In collaboration with Wildlife Conservation Society, WCS, Fauna and Flora International, FFI, and the NIDA project, we established the co-management areas along the coastal area. The cooperation between Korea and Myanmar is gaining in momentum. In 2018, DOF, Department of Fisheries, established the Freshwater Research Extension Center with the technical and funding support of Quika. The center is now operating the freshwater aquaculture research activities. The MOU between the two governments to cooperate in fisheries sector development has been signed at the ASEAN-Korea Commemorated Summit 2019 held in Busan, Korea. The letter of intent (LOI) for feasibility study in Myanmar on cooperation of sustainable development of fisheries sector by using the Korean ODA grant also signed. And we are planning to sign the project agreement for fisheries co-management capacity development for blue community sustainable fresh fisheries and diverse livelihoods by collaboration between FAO, Korea, and Myanmar, in accordance with the letter of intent issued by our department. We hope that the feasibility studies of the fishery infrastructure development in Myanmar, supported by Korean government's ODA, will be promptly carried out and a successful conclusion as the first project based on sustainable fishery development MOU signed between the two countries. The living fishery experts identified the direct and indirect cases of fisheries decline and pointed out that fisheries area no longer threatened only by overfishing, but by a decline in inland and marine productive as well. The very compounding threats are destructive fishing practice, ineffective fishery management, marine and terrestrial waste pollution, unregulated aquaculture, invasive species, human population, growth and development, UV, radiation, climate change, and ocean acidification. Therefore, it is clear that fisheries problem is no longer just a sector problem interrelated with other sectors, even with the vast interconnected global environmental issues. In conclusion, I deeply believe that human resources, technical and financial cooperation of international partners will highly support our missions of food safety, food security, and implementations of rural development. These are some of my points. Need to cooperate with Korea. Institutional reform, Korea Maritime Institute, KMI. Aquaculture Research Development, National Institutes of Fishery Science, NIFS. Co-management guidelines in all fisheries, Korea Fishery Infrastructure Public Agency, FIPA. Promote fishery conservation and resources enhancement activities, FIRA, Korea Fishery Resources Agency, FIRA. Deterioration of habitats and environment, Korea Fisheries Resources Agency, FIRA. Thank you for your attention and be safe everyone from corona outbreak in the world.